You know, it's occurring to me with my 3D printer camera angle there. Pretty much every stream here starts with a shot of my Joker Persona 5 amiibo there in the background. That's neither here nor there. I streamed a little bit of this last night after it was getting really late, and the stream of AC Valhalla didn't take me as long as I thought it would, and I didn't really want to start another story arc in that, and I was like, you know what, screw it, we have a little bit of time here, let's go ahead and just play a little bit of Persona 5 X. So I played a little bit of this last night, and I figured, you know what, I think maybe I will actually get to that one big level jump, whatever you want to call it, little ceiling there that that you apparently hit towards the end of the second palace. Maybe I will make it to that point after all. But I might also do a little bit of an interruption of this program to do the, what was it again? Maybe I'll finish this first? I don't know. Because, oh man, did I only do 4? Because apparently there's only 6 days of this, so it's like, oh, well, good old FOMO. Maybe I should have this showcased while there's still time to showcase it. Or else it's just gone forever, question marks, and it's like, why? So maybe we'll interrupt our program for now and do this, which I should be able to power through pretty fast anyway, right? I don't know. The Subway Slammer arc was pretty peak, admittedly. It was, it was pretty good there, False Souls. And now we're going after a food critic for the next main plot that I guess the Subway Slammer was working for or something, because he said something about, like, oh no, now the Subway Slammer is taken down, we need someone else to, like, fill the position or something? I don't remember. I was tired as heck last night. But we're interrupting our regularly scheduled program to do this thingamabob for now. We've arrived at the underground prison unscathed. And I'm using my PlayStation controller today. Hopefully, we'll find some information about our missing allies here. In any case, our only hope lies ahead. Onward! Because I should be able to bum rush through this pretty fast anyway, right? It's just a whole bunch of stuff that's recycled from Persona 5 here and slightly used in a different way. Wait, shouldn't there be shadows here? Doesn't their absence seem strange? Now that you mention it, you're right. We better tread carefully here. Let's scout the perimeter first. Okay. Well, this door appears to be locked. There must be another way around. Why don't we search the area? Yep, I'll do that then. Don't want me to go in here? Looks like it does. Yeah, I remember this area from Persona 5. That hit video game there. Another reason why I kind of wanted to play a little bit of this coming up here was this the room where Joker was? Wait, look. Where he awakened arson? It looks like, oh, well, looks like Panther left behind a clue for us. So it appears. Okay, well, investigate. I investigated that clue really good. Here's a chest and stuff. So I semi-recently here got through Final Fantasy VII, I got through Dark Deity 2. Now in terms of ongoing playthroughs, there's really just... What, is this not a... Oh, you click obtain. Okay. Orb of Greed. If I'm not counting this, it's really just Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's basically Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Night Rain on and off. Like, I'm playing that when new updates come out, so it's not really an active, like, start-to-finish playthrough. It's like, oh yeah, when they release new stuff, I play it. And apparently there's some new stuff releasing... Apparently 2-player mode is releasing tomorrow, and then there's, like, some new hard mode bosses that are the day after, or something like that, so maybe I'll do some of that coming up here. But I was thinking about adding some new games to the schedule here. There should be a clue in this cell, too, but the door's locked. Maybe the shadows on guard would have a key? Yeah, doing Maris there, where during Phase 3 it's just gonna turn into Elden Beast. I can't wait. Intruders, get them! Just to be even more annoying than it already was. I can't wait. It's gonna be so amazing. Yeah, I'll just let this autoplay here. So maybe I'll play some of that. But, in terms of, like, games going on around here, there's not really a massive ton in terms of new releases for a little while. The next new release that I wanted to play was going to be Metal Gear Solid Delta about a month from now. It's at the end of next month that it's coming out. And that'll keep me occupied for a little while. And there's a couple new releases in October of Ghost of Yotai and Pokemon Legends ZA. But then it's just like the month of September is going to largely be Metal Gear Solid Delta and, I don't know, maybe not much else. I guess Assassin's Creed Valhalla as I continue chipping away at that. And the month of August is like, what am I gonna have going on there? So I've been thinking about Bloodborne lately because I kind of wanted to do some Bloodborne at Hallowland for this year's Halloween LAN party, since that'd be kind of fitting for that. I have no idea what the hell you just said there. You want me to investigate here? But rather than just generically doing some of it at Hallowland, based on the location of our previous clues, the one they call Panther may be over there. Alright, well, this way I go, I guess. I better take cover. But rather than just generically doing some of it, I was thinking, like, what if I do the DLC of the game at Hallowland? That could be rather fitting, potentially. There wouldn't be anything over here. Which means I should start before that point. So I was thinking about starting it before Fragapalooza, and it's like, oh, well, that's a game that I can play throughout August. But then if I start it at Fragapalooza, I like to play things that are self-contained at LAN events, so that anybody tuning into, like, just the LAN stuff isn't completely lost because they didn't see the story up to this point in Persona 5X, for example, and you have to be caught up on so many different playthroughs, like. So I try to do things self-contained where I can, aka, like, potentially Bloodborne DLC at Hallowland. But that gave me the thought, what if instead of starting Bloodborne before Fragapalooza, what if I just start at Fragapalooza? And it's not like you missed anything by tuning into the Bloodborne stuff at Frag, because it's literally the beginning of the game. Like, you're as caught up as you possibly can be at that point. So I was thinking about starting it at Fragapalooza, but then finishing it at Hallowland, which that gives me a decent bit of time, considering that's going to be at the end of October, that LAN event. And I'm sure it's not going to be like an Elden Ring length. It'll probably be like a Dark Souls 1 or 3 kind of length if I had to guess, which really isn't too bad. So I'm kind of giving myself 3 months with that game. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just chip away at that on and off. And when I need a little bit of a change of pace, just play a little bit more of it. And that could be kind of fun. I might enjoy that. Panther, hey, are you okay? If I want to play a Soulsborne on my own, then I can take a break from Night Rain and play a little Bloodborne. You got captured? Mona, Skalu! You came for me! I'm sorry, those shadows surrounded me and took me away. Who are those guys? I'm Wonder. Look out, behind you! Just what do you think you're doing? Oh no, a battle here. Bloodborne took you, I think, 24 hours? Oh, great, it's this guy. Yeah, that's not that bad at all, there. I guess I can't autoplay this one. Oh, I can. Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna let the game play itself. Why not? Yeah, that's not very bad at all. That's basically... Hold on. Is that... Where's Steam here? Gosh dang it, I can't see any of my icons on the bottom of the screen because I have all my 3D printed Smash trophies on my desk over here and they're blocking my desktop icons. That's almost the length that I technically have in this game. So, if I were playing Bloodborne right now and not the greatest video game ever made of Persona 5 The Phantom X, I would be, like, at the tail end by now. And that's with DLC. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good there. I do like shorter, handcrafted, tailored experiences and not, you know, open world take forever kind of slop like Assassin's Creed Valhalla has kind of been lately, and I'm getting so dang tired of that game. Which makes me wonder, should I start at Frag? Should I start later? Should I just start during October in general, in that case, potentially? Because then, like, I would... Well, would I reasonably be able to get through it during October if I'm busy with, like, Ghost of Yotai and, Pokemon Legends Z8? Pokemon Legends Z8 is later in the month. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've been looking into it, thinking about, like, what kind of build might I like when I eventually go into the game? And it seems really cool how most of the weapons have, like, 2 forms that you switch between for different playstyles. Like, that seems really cool. It makes me really excited to play the game. But yeah, it's making me wonder, then, if it's really just shorter length like that, maybe I should just be playing it throughout the month of October. How busy is Ghost of Yotai gonna keep me? I will think about it here. I will certainly think about it. Thanks for saving me. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, who are those people? They all introduced ourselves and got her up to speed. Huh, it feels weird to meet other phantom thieves. It's reassuring to know that there are more of us out there, though. I'm Panther, by the way. Nice to meet you. 100% vouch for Ludwig's Holy Blade. I actually looked up a video of just all the different weapons, like, attack animations and what they look like. I didn't care about stats. I was just looking for something that looked cool. And I was kind of leaning towards Ludwig's Holy Blade. Like a short sword that becomes a great sword with its sheath. That is really cool. So now I kind of want to go for Ludwig's Holy Blade, I'm gonna be honest. Likewise. I have to say though, what kind of awful person puts a teenage girl in a place like this? It is pretty awful, but hey, better than being tied up and hurt, I guess. Wait, has that happened to you before? Yeah, it's a little complicated though. I couldn't even begin to imagine what kinds of complications would lead to that. Oh hey, is Joker not with you? Yeah, we got split up. Well, I'm sure he'll be fine. Who knows, maybe he's looking for us too. Very true. Can't imagine him just sitting still. Is this Joker guy your other friend? He must be really strong. Strong? I don't know if I go that far. Versatile, maybe. Yeah, he's someone you always end up relying on. I guess you could call him our leader. Oh, so then he's like Wonder. True, I get the vague feeling that the two of you are alike. Does that mean that you often rely on Wonder, Closer? Of course I do. I mean, he's our leader. Thanks. He even talks like Joker. Could you be twins or something? Just ignore this idiot. Still, it'll be nice to find Joker already. Hey, don't call me that. What? I gotta admit though, it's gonna, I guess because that was the hold on. Just ignore this idiot. My mind was focused on the latter sentence, so I was like, what? I gotta admit though, it's hard to keep my cool when he's not around. Right, we should go find him first and then snatch the core. We're gonna go get the core like it's Donkey Kong Bonanza. Well, it's gonna be great. It's great because it apparently has higher dex scaling at max level, so your visceral attacks have more damage too. Okay, nice there. Yeah, I'll select this one here next. Yeah, can't do that there. But yeah, maybe anyway, I've just been debating about like games to do coming up here, cause like what we have here in terms of the current schedule. Also, hello, Adora Master. Sorry I didn't say hi before. Your name is a similar length. Well, it's a little bit longer. And it's the exact same color on the chat I'm reading from. I'm gonna be honest, I only noticed when I looked over OBS here, where False Souls' name is green and not red like Adora's Master's. That, and on the stream layout here, it's orange. Where I noticed, wait a second, that's not the same person here. Anyway, I was thinking about potential stuff to do coming up here. So Fragapalooza's in like 9 days here. It's next week Thursday that it starts, and 1 week from now, my friend Finn from Germany is gonna be here. So, you know, stuff is gonna get kind of busy there. I mean, it's already busy now. I'm trying to like get some stuff done before next week, and then Frag is going on for the 4 days there. I'm probably not doing any of this game at Frag. Probably not. We shall see here. So I wrote this down as a maybe because it's one of those playthroughs where it's like, I'll go until I feel done. I'm not playing this game start to finish. Like, no thank you. I still have to do one stream of Mario Kart World to just like unlock the mirror mode. What? Have I not noticed this? Wow. Unlocking and showcasing Mirror mode. My god. Now you know my hotkey for turning my camera on and off. Of course, Night Rain as it comes up, but it's not really a start-to-finish playthrough that I'm making progress through. It's just I play it when there's new stuff that's out and stuff. So I have to do one more stream of Mario Kart World, because I want to have Mirror Mode unlocked before Fragapalooza, and I'm chipping away at this. And then, like, the only actual ongoing playthrough is AC Valhalla here. Yeah, I wanted to play that, and that's actually kind of plays into my plans for Fragapalooza here. So I ended up beating Final Fantasy VII main game here recently. The uploads are just about to finish up on the YouTube side of things here pretty soon, I think. Like, let's see here. Ends August 2nd. Yeah, in a few days, like, that ends on YouTube. So I still want to play Crisis Core and potentially Dirge of Cerberus just to try out, like, the weird, different third-person shooter. So I was thinking, I'll probably do Crisis Core at Fragapalooza. That'll be, like, my main start-to-finish game for this LAN event, since I always have, like, a start-to-finish game. And then I can do Dirge of Cerberus at HalloLAN, and that'll be fitting for, like, the Halloween kind of themes or something like that. And then next year I can start go through Remake and Rebirth during 2026. And then, if the final Remake game comes out in 2027, I'm at the ready, you know? Or if it's 2028, you know what, that's fine. But then I'm for sure at the ready, just in case it's 2027, since they wanted to have less of a gap between Rebirth and the final game than there was between Remake and Rebirth, and they're not dealing with, like, COVID complications this time. So that's my plan when it comes to the Final Fantasy games. So I'll just do the next couple ones at LAN events. I could potentially, but I kind of want to get through, like, the Final Fantasy VII stuff first. I think that once I'm through the Final Fantasy VII stuff, 10 is the next one on my list. Like, I definitely want to go through that. Out of curiosity, though, how long to beat Final Fantasy X? Just out of curiosity. That's not too bad. In terms of, like, the length that it could be with, some games there. It'd be a little bit longer than Final Fantasy VII original. It shouldn't be too bad there. I've like 10 for its story. Yeah, I initially started playing it because it, was the favorite game of all time of the streamer that kind of got me into Twitch. And it's the... and Final Fantasy X 2 is, like, his least favorite game of all time. And I started playing Final Fantasy X in, like, the really early days of the channel. Like, let's see here. This isn't available on YouTube. This is, like... it only exists on my computer nowadays. But this is, like, my really early content creation days, where I didn't exactly have anyone to tell me that my stream was muted. So I only streamed this game, like, twice. So I have some time in it on Steam here. If I look at Final Fantasy X. Wait, those would have been on my old account, so I don't have any time here. Well, clearly you can see here that I have, like, time here. I didn't have anyone on my stream to tell me that my game was muted, because, like, brand new streamer, with no one watching me, and I didn't realize that my stream was muted, so I told myself, oh, I'll just restart it from the beginning at some point, so that I actually have game audio, and then I never got around to, restarting it. But, you know, I generally liked what I played and stuff. Like, I could see myself playing it one day. I might try to get through the, what a look. I might try to get through the Final Fantasy VII stuff first, just so that the Final Fantasy stuff on my channel is like, hey, here's all of 7 start to finish, and then when I'm done with 7, this is the next one on my list. And then if I wanted to play another Final Fantasy game after this, I don't know what it would be. Well, maybe 10-2, I guess, but, you know, outside of that. So, for now, for Final Fantasy, I'm gonna do 7 stuff start to finish, but 10 is honestly next on my to-do list, but I don't know if I want to do 10 right in the middle of 7. I kind of want to keep 7 at the forefront of my memory while it's, going on there. So anyway, yeah, I won't have a new release game to play until, like, the end of next month, and then there's a couple things coming out during October. So I was thinking about maybe starting Bloodborne during Fragapalooza, but if it's only, like, hold on. How long to beat Bloodborne? I've clearly clicked this before, but I just forgot. I mean, that's really not too half bad there. It's not like an AC Valhalla complete nightmare there. If I start other things, will I for sure have them done before October, so that I'll be good on, like, Valhalla, Ghost of Yotai, Pokemon Legends EA, and Bloodborne? Question marks? Maybe I'd start Bloodborne a little bit before October? I don't know. Maybe I'll start it at Fragapalooza. I'm not sure. Because if I'm trying to space this out across 3 months, I'd be streaming this, like, very, very seldomly. And it would be fun to kind of have it going on the side. But spaced across 3 months, this is not a game that would take me 3 months, and that's quite a decent bit to be spacing it out across, so maybe I shouldn't, and I should save it until October. I'm just concerned that it's going to be a little bit crazier during October, though. But yeah, though you need to consider how familiar the time to beat guy is with Souls games. True. I mean, I do like how long to beat, because it pulls multiple players. Oh, this is for the Old Hunters DLCs, pulled 380. How many were pulled here? How do you check the, main story, leisure, 55 hours? Where is the, where do you check how many people said it here? 19 emulate, oh, pulled, 3.2k. I mean, yeah, I would definitely get through it faster than this after playing, like, all the Dark Souls games plus Elden Ring. And from what I understand, the gameplay of this game, it's, like, the speed of Elden Ring, but not the never-ending combos of Elden Ring, so it should be easier there. Like, when I played the Dark Souls trilogy and I played Elden Ring, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a walk in the park. I played all the Dark Souls games. Nope. But going from Elden Ring to Bloodborne, it's like, okay, this shouldn't be too bad, right? Shouldn't be as much of a surprise when you get to the first boss like Margit was for me when I played Elden Ring. But anyway, so I was thinking about other stuff to play. We'll see if I end up doing Bloodborne. It's gonna be a decent bit to space it out if I want to finish it off at Hallowland. The other thing that I was thinking about is because literally a week from now, my friend Finn from Germany gets here, and he's going to be staying for, like, most of the month of August. He's going to be going to Fragapalooza with me, and we'll do a bunch of multiplayer games and stuff there. For one, I don't know how much time I'll have for streaming when I'm going to be doing a bunch of stuff with him. But 2, I want something ongoing that isn't just Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And 3, because he's here, and he's going to be sleeping in the spare room right above me, I don't necessarily want to be playing something that has, like, non-voice acting that I'm gonna be reading out the character lines for, because he might be wanting to sleep and stuff. So I'd rather play a game with, like, full voice acting. So I was looking through some of my other games that I was thinking about playing through this year if I had the time. And it's like, Mario & Luigi Dream Team? No, not that. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness? No, probably not that. You know, a few games like that. And one of the ones on my list that I didn't think had full voice acting, but I realized recently does, is Xenosaga. Because now I've played through all the Xenoblade Chronicles games on the channel, and clearly they want to try and bring Xenosaga into the story with the end of Xenoblade 3 and, like, some hints with the end of X and stuff like that, and some of the connections that X Definitive Edition had to Xenosaga stuff going on. So I kind of want to play through the Xenosaga games. There was 3 of them. So I was thinking maybe this year I play through Xenosaga 1, and then, you know, if the next Xeno something game is coming out that brings Xenoblade and Xenosaga together, I could get through the remaining games in time, and it's not going to be, like, as frantic of a push. I recently found out that game has full voice acting, so maybe I'll just play that game soon, and maybe that'll be my game for the month of August. So I was thinking that I might get around to playing that. And part of me was thinking about starting it before Frag, but I was like, you know what? You know, there's just this week here frantically doing stuff. Maybe I just commit to, like, AC Valhalla. I'll do the rest of what I do for Persona 5 The Phantom X in this next week, and then I'm, like, done with this game. Like, get up to that roadblock in the second palace, or potentially if I want to go further, we'll see if I can get past that point. Showcase the time-limited content that I wanted to showcase here, and then I'm done. So, like, this week, just commit to this game, and then I'm done. Do a little bit of Valhalla, and then sometime after Fragapalooza, maybe I start Xenosaga, and then Xenosaga's my main game that I play while I, you know, very slowly chip away at Valhalla here. But, like, Xenosaga can be, like, my main thing while I wait for this game to release. Maybe I'm playing it alongside Bloodborne, and that's kind of my plan. And that's why I'm playing more of Persona 5 The Phantom X right now, and where the thought process is for, you know what, let's just play a bunch of this game this week. Let's get through the stuff that I for sure want to get through, and then maybe after this week I'm done with this game. So that's my thought process here. That's kind of what's going on, and that is why I'm playing this here. So, you know, I'm playing this to have it be done for good. Is what I'm thinking here. But yeah, maybe I'll play them too when I eventually beat X. Yeah, fair enough. Xenoblade and Final Fantasy X. Yeah, 10 there. Xenoblade X and Final Fantasy 10. And Persona 5 The Phantom X. Man, we're talking about all these games that have X in the title, huh? Man, this place never fails to creep me out. So, whoa, camera was all weird there. Try being held captive there. So damp and gross all around. I guess Kamoshida wants to confine anyone he doesn't like in a dark cell underground. That guy's twisted view really shows in this place. Yeah, I'd have believed just how many victims he had. This Kamoshida fellow sounds like a human with rather fine taste. Fine taste? No way! I'm not one of those kinds of content creators. How could you ever say anything remotely positive about that horrible fiend? Yeah, are you a Minecraft YouTuber, Lufel? Please, I was clearly being sardonic. Sardonic? Sour tonic? Oh, are we talking about soda? Is there anyone with a modicum of intelligence here? But yeah, gonna write about this on x.com. Fuck, it makes it a link, damn. Yeah, you can actually click that and go to x.com because, yeah, anytime you put a dot between different words, Twitch just automatically makes it a link. So we got a direct link to x.com. Good old Elon's amazing free speech platform. But yeah, so that's my thought process when it comes to games around here. Is let's spend this next week, continue to chip away at Valhalla, and going ham on this game, then I'm done. Then probably no more of this. And then maybe I start doing Xenosaga and Valhalla for the month of August until, like, Metal Gear Solid comes out, and then I spend the next month chipping away at Metal Gear, Valhalla, and Xenosaga there. Valhalla, Metal Gear, Xenosaga, those 3 things. And then during the month of October, I have friggin' Ghost of Yotai, Pokemon Legends ZA, and potentially Bloodborne. Maybe I start Bloodborne a little bit earlier than that if I get on top of these other ongoing games. So that's kind of my thought process for stuff I want to play coming up here. This bridge wasn't raised before, right? So I have a plan. I'm the man with the plan, and this is the plan that I've made. Bull. It sounded like a pretty good plan in my head. And yeah, the plan before tonight was, oh, well, there's just a guy in here, was to start Bloodborne at Fragapalooza. But for one, I'm gonna be having so much stuff going on at Fragapalooza that I know I'm not getting through everything in time. And if it's really just that late that I'm gonna be getting through it in some decent time, it's probably not a good idea to start that early, is it? Because I'm gonna have to make that thing so sparse to make it last until October. That or I get through it like super fast and then I just specifically don't touch it again until the DLC, and then I don't remember how to play the game again by the time I get to the DLC at HoloLand, and that's probably not a good idea. So both in terms of my frag schedule and spacing it out until HoloLand, maybe it is a good idea to just start it later. So yeah, a bit of a big think about what's the best order to play some games here. These footprints, could they be jokers? But they just end here. The door's locked too. Can't go on this way. We gotta find the key. Indeed, there's no sign of a key here. We should return to the West Wing for now. Okay, well, over this way, where we do another thing. What, was there a chest or something? Oh, pick up key. Oh. Well, what's this, though? What have we here? This mechanism seems locked, but it closely resembles others we've seen. Some shadow in this vicinity may be holding the key. Well, I just picked up a key, so I mean, should we look around then? But I just picked up a key, so like, insert key. Is there not something else that we need to do right now? What are you talking about? It wants me to go fight that guy anyway? Why can't I insert the key? Also, wasn't there a locked door here? And I was like, let's proceed this way for now. Inspect. I thought it requires a special kind of key. Well, I don't know what the hell the key I just picked up then was. Maybe it's the... Oh, that just popped in here. Maybe the key I picked up wasn't going to here. It sure isn't, because I pressed that thing. Well, guess I'm doing this. But yeah, in terms of other games that I wanted to get through sometime this year, I want to get through at least like 2 more Mario RPGs a year to eventually be fully caught up playing all the Mario RPG games. And I did Super Paper Mario earlier this year. I want to do 1 Paper Mario game and 1 Mario and Luigi game each year, and Dream Team is my next one, but again, I don't really want to be doing games without voice acting where I'm going to be aggressively reading out lines potentially while someone's trying to sleep right above me. I want to be a little bit more considerate than that. I think I could have potentially taken that chest without him even fighting me. That would have been really funny. And all the other games that I had on my list of, maybe I'll play them this year if I have the time, all aren't voice acted. Xenosaga's the only one, so I figure I may as well do that. Plus, if I don't do Xenosaga right now, after stuff really picks up with October, and there's other new releases later this year that don't even have a release date yet, like Metroid Prime 4, that are presumably going to be coming out sometime like November, December, and going to be keeping me busy. If I don't start Xenosaga now, it's not happening this year. I don't see that realistically being the case. And I want to make sure that I have ample time to have gotten through the 3 Xenosaga games before the next Xeno whatever game. I mean, they released the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 pretty early on into the Switch's lifespan. They wouldn't release a new Xeno game, like, too early on into the Switch 2's lifespan, would they? But just in case, it's better safe than sorry. I don't necessarily want to be saving things for last second, just like was the case with the Final Fantasy VII stuff. Like, Final Fantasy VII Remake came out in 2020 and Rebirth in 2024, so I thought, oh, like, 2028 seems realistic to shoot for there. I'll just do Remake in 2026 and Rebirth in 2027. But then I actually looked into it, and I found that apparently some head honchos of the game said that they want it to be less of a gap for the next game, and it's also not realistic to expect the same gap when there was COVID stuff. Like, when Remake released in 2020, and then they started production on Rebirth. Yeah, that was right during the beginning of, like, the COVID lockdowns, which was, of course, gonna make things be a bit trickier there. So, you know, 2027 seems a bit more realistic, so, yep, get through the sort of main games of, Crisis Core and Dirge of Cerberus coming up here, and then I'm good to just do Remake and Rebirth next year. And then whether the final game is 2027 or 2020, I'm good either way. I kind of want to be similarly on top of Xenosaga, where it's like, there isn't a new Xeno game announced, and then all of a sudden it's like, ooh, panic mode. Do I have enough time to get through 3 Xenosaga games? Probably not. So, I gotta be a little bit more prepared here. Xenocross, trust me, my gay dad works at Sony. Looks dangerous ahead. I could see them coming up with a name like Xenocross. Make sure you're ready to proceed. Yep, sure. Sounds like a name they'd come up with. Intruders, stop them! Oh, noes. Whatever will I do? I love how it was like 3 guys, and then when the battle starts, it's 1 dude. Like, that is a little bit funny. Alright, well, just keep on all battling it. Why not here? But yeah, you cross into the worlds of all the other games. I mean, they seem to be taking it in a multiversal direction. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition was like, hey, we're doing a multiverse thing now. We've established that there's a Xeno multiverse, and we're doing stuff with it. Well, that was exhausting. Perhaps a short break is in order? I like the sound of that. First the break, then the West Wing. But I have to wonder, where is Joker now? Where the world needs him the most. Goals cleared. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised here. I don't know if they'd ever be able to bring Xenogears into it. They can definitely bring Xenosaga into it because they've already like done a bunch of Xenosaga related stuff in the Xenoblade games. And like Nintendo and Bandai Namco are buddy-buddy. But Xenogears, who was it that owned that again? Wasn't it Square? They probably wouldn't be able to do anything with Xenogears, but they're definitely doing stuff with Xenosaga. Yeah, I mean, it literally is trapped in my room as a figure there. I mean, you're, not wrong here. It's literally over there. Honestly, the Joker amiibo is a really cool one, with, like, the blue flame effects on the bottom. So when I saw that GameStop actually had some of those in stock, I was like, okay. I don't get a massive ton of amiibo figures, but I do want to get that one, because it's actually really cool. Also, I do like Persona 5, obviously, but, like, the amiibo was really cool there. Alright. Why is a Phantom Thief in your palace? These reasons, I don't know. Here, do this. Boop.